Hello guys, I'm Futureal. I stream 5 days a week over on twitch.tv/Futureal, and in today's video we are taking a look at another video from Project Diablo 2 Season 4 Beta. It's time for the Sorceress, and though I'm not going to test any of the meme builds, we will be testing the cold build, the Blizzard, we will be testing probably Meteor Fireball for the fire build, and we will be testing Nova for the lightning. This is to just get a comparison as to which build is strongest with the bad gear that we are testing this with around level 80. If you do enjoy the video, hit me up with a like and a subscribe and leave your comments down below for what you want to see in the next video. Until then, take care and I will see you soon. There we are. It's time to do the Sorceress. And the early game Sorceress, we level 80, we have picked up 45% chance to block. It was starting to get really expensive on the decks here, but we went to 45%, happy with that. The gear is Spirit, Stealth, Lore, Random +1 Skill Amulet, Rhyme, Random Rare Boots. Same with rings and belt and gloves. Everything is just random crap that you would normally have on this level when you have played through. The charms, the same. Random resistance charms, some cold res, a little bit of life over here, some hit recovery. Basically what you could expect to have once you have reached about level 80. For the build, we are testing out the Blizzard build first. I usually take 1 point in Warmth. We have 1 point in Static, Telk, and Teleport. 1 point in Shiver Armor. I have Blizzard with all the synergies, so we have Glacial Spike and Ice Bolt maxed. And we also maxed Cold Mastery. The remaining points we dumped in Static Field for more radius on our static. So, no Mercenary. Okay, time for cows. We have sorted out our keybinds here. And let's see how the Blizzard Sorceress fare in the cow level. So she can definitely do this. This is also, as mentioned before, we're doing this without a mercenary. So whilst it's not super quick, you can absolutely do this on the Blizzard Sorceress in the early game, even with the crappy gear that we have here. Kind of a yikes start to have an elite like that on top of us, but you know, in the cow level, that shit's gonna happen.
I need mana.
You need mana? Well then grab some mana. Gonna try and pull something a little bit more sensible out in the open here. You can see both the Blizzard and the Static Field is doing work here. Everything is slowed. I think you can probably be able to keep any type of mercenary alive with this build because the slow is so huge. Doesn't seem to be very difficult at all. And this is only going to get faster and faster the better gear you get. So absolutely feasible to farm cow level on the Blizzard Sorceress. I would say this is 8 out of 10 for sure. It could even be more. Blizzard Sorceress very strong in the cow level. Now let's head over to Trav. Okay, Trav. We're gonna do Travincal here. There is one of the units in Trav that is usually cold immune. I would just choose to skip that guy. I would kill the rest of the stuff here and just leave the cold immune alone. It kind of depends how many units spawn cold immune. There he is, Torch, Ice Fist. That is the one. So you have to make sure that he doesn't sneak up on you. The rest of the units you can kill just fine, and you can probably even also kill Torch, Ice Fist with a on a one-off if you are doing this for your quest, just for playing through the game. because you can stun him using telekinesis and have your mercenary take him down. So where is he? No, that one was not him. Let's kill this thing. It's a fairly safe farm over here. I know I am amped right now, and I can probably die from one hit, but you get the point. Everything is slowed, and if you didn't have amp damage, and if you had a mercenary, you should be able to deal with this just fine. If I have a... Oh, there we go. How did that guy... How did that guy get away? What the hell did that do? Did he die on the inside? I didn't... Oh, hey, he went to this side. Alright. So one of them and both of them are down. So, yeah. As they mentioned in the chat here, we actually got the Taos Mask. So if you were playing on live servers right now, this is a pretty sweet starter helmet from your mercenary. So this could have been the difference from your mercenary staying alive and not staying alive. So this is obviously what you can find in Trav. I would say for Travincal, this build is a 6 out of 10. It's not amazing, because there are some immunes here, and particularly if you don't have a mercenary, I would say that. If you can have a mercenary that can help you DPS and you know, help you like gather mobs so you can increase your DPS, I would say this is a 7. So in the current iteration, without a mercenary, 6 out of 10. With mercenary, I would say 7 out of 10. Very, very reasonable build. So let's check out Chaos. So we have arrived in Chaos, and you're quickly gonna see that farming with a single elemental build in Chaos is gonna be very, very tough. See, we have Cold Resist over here. You can deal with all the ghosts, of course. You can deal with the fire immunes, but then as soon as you reach anything that is cold immune, you are gonna run into trouble. This is also usually why I don't really recommend Sorceresses farming Chaos until they can run Infinity, or if you want to run some sort of dual elemental build. It's not my favorite to play dual elements, so I tend to not to do Chaos until I have my Infinity. Well, either that or a very, very strong mercenary, of course. So I don't think I really need to show this anymore. You can see these immunes. You can get away from them. You can absolutely get away from them. But without the functioning mercenary, it's gonna be very, very tough. So I think without having a functioning mercenary, just stay away from Chaos on all the builds. I'm not gonna do Chaos on Fire and Lightning build because it is echoed. It is the same. If you don't have a functioning mercenary, stay away from Chaos. Stick to Chaos and Travincal. That's my best tip. So let's respec and let's look at the Lightning Sorceress. Alright, second Sorceress build. We have quickly respec'd to Lightning here. The gear is exactly the same. We have 1 point in Shiver Armor, 1 point in Warmth, we have 1 point in Teleport, maxed all the Lightning, Chain Lightning, and the synergies with Lightning Mastery, and we dumped the rest of the points in Static Field. Not really much to say about that. It's going to be interesting to see if this build is strong enough, because you don't have the crowd control that you would normally have with another build, like Blizzard, for instance. So let's see how this is gonna go. Yeah, and we start at the worst possible place with extra fast cows. That's a... wait, hang on. What happened to my... what happened to my... what's it called? My static field button. Hang on. Let me find my static field over here. Not charge bolt. Static field. Alright, cool. So as you can see, at this low level, you can still do this with lightning. You can absolutely do it, but it's underwhelming compared to Blizzard. I think for the lightning build to really start shining, you need quite a few plus skills, and the fact that you don't have any type of defensive against this is as well terrifying. Quite underwhelming in the cow level with the exactly the same gear as Blizzard. I would say that's a 2 out of 10. Let's. I mean, I can tell you up front what's going to happen in Trav. We could just run over there immediately. But we're going to have the same problem. So here we have lightning immunes. Half the mobs in here. See here, the lightning immune. It's just half the pack that you can actually kill. It's undoable without a different build or a very strong mercenary. The same actually goes a long way for River of Flame. I can just teleport you guys in here real quick so you can see. Use far teleporting. Let's hope we don't get hit in the face for a bazillion damage. We actually did get hit in the face for a bazillion damage, but we survived. But here you kind of see the problem already. We have immunities. We don't have sufficient single target damage. The Venom Lords are gonna tear us a new one here. So, whilst it is doable, you are extremely vulnerable to immunities, and it's a high chance that you're just gonna get overrun, like what's happening with us right now. And whilst you can do this as a one-of playthrough, as I mentioned with many other builds, they are capable of clearing this if you take the time to do it. I would not recommend to farm this area as a lightning sorceress. And it goes to show at the same gear that the Blizzard sorceress has, this character is not really good at any of the 3 desired farming areas. It's not good in cows, it's not good in Trav, it's not good in chaos. You can, as Bounce is mentioning here in the chat, obviously break some of these immunities with static field, but that is something you do for a playthrough. You do that to beat the chaos once when you get the quest, because it's so time consuming to keep doing that. And even so, if you didn't have the immunities, the other targets in there have quite a bit of health, and you saw that it's very difficult to stay on top of everything, to have enough damage, because you just get overrun. Those infernals, they just come in from all sides. Missiles are flying. So I think the only way you would play Arcane, the only way you would play Lightning is if you would only farm Arcane Sanctuary. In Arcane Sanctuary, it's quite good. We can actually do a mad one and go over to Arcane Sanctuary real quick. Well, let's not go that direction. That direction is terrible. But here, these goes right here. See? Here you are quite strong. So if this is your jam, you can definitely go to this area and farm high runes. Outside of this area right here, I wouldn't play Lightning Sorceress as my choice. I would play Cold. But you can absolutely farm Arcane Sanctuary if you enjoy that. So Arcane Sanctuary, this character is 9 out of 10. But the thing is, Arcane Sanctuary is suboptimal. It's not the best place to farm runes compared to Cows, or even well, Travincal is the best place that you can't do. So personally, unless you have some sort of fetish for the Lightning Sorceress, I would stay away from the Lightning Sorceress as your early game character. If you want to go Sorceress, as you will soon see when I'm gonna demonstrate the Fire Sorceress, I think that you should go Blizzard. Blizzard is just the strongest build for Sorceress. But that being said, we're gonna show the Fire build in just a few seconds. Alright, we have Respect Fire, Combustion, of course. That's the farming build for Fire. Exactly the same gear as the early builds in this video. Nothing spectacular, only a few plus skills. We are still having the about 45% block, as in the 130 dex. Enough strength to wear our Rhyme, and then the rest in Vitality, running just short of 1,000 health. Gonna try the cow level here. I do suspect that this is gonna be quite tough, but let's give it a go and let's see how this is. Yeah, you see here it's actually low key quite a bit better than Lightning. I have to say that. You can actually kite this. I just realized that you can actually kite this. So this is substantially better than Lightning. And this is actually really fun as well. I haven't really played this build very much before, but this is super fun with the combustion. The Fire build is actually taking me a little bit by surprise right now. It's some solid damage output from this Fire build. You know, obviously you're screwed by fire immunes, but you can just kite them into a corner and leave them there. The combustion skill, it looks like it's just a Fireball Nova. Yes, it does. So let's pull a really big pull here. Try to not catch any elites. So you're gonna take 3 combustions, I think, to kill most targets. But if you kite this in a circle, since you hit so many things with the combustion, it's actually not that bad. And this is pretty fun, I have to say. Again, this build is surprising me a little bit. It was better than I was fearing. This is better than the Lightning build for sure. And as I said, if you do have issues with any of these immunes, you can just kite them to a corner and teleport away. Save yourself the trouble. You are usually here to farm runes in the first place. You have a little bit of extra fast here. That's not so amazing. But yeah, you get the picture, guys. Actually surprised of the Fire build. Wow. I have to say, the Fire build was substantially better than I thought. I think I gave the Cold build 6 out of 10. I would give this 5 out of 10. Absolutely doable to farm the cow level on a Fire Sorceress or a Combustion Sorceress. Even with this bad gear, we only have 3+ skills in this gear. So, Positive surprise for me. I'm not going to be as harsh against this build as the previous build, the lightning build, which I wouldn't recommend farming pretty much anything. You should probably use the cold. But to be fair, if you do enjoy the fire sorceress more than the cold sorceress, you can definitely play fire. So it's 6 out of 10 for the cold. I would say 5 out of 10 for the fire, and it's 2 out of 10 for lightning. It's terrible. Unfortunately, the fire is going to suffer from a lot of the same issues in Travincal as the lightning sorceress will. Because there are immunities. So even if your damage is quite good, it doesn't really matter, because half the mobs that are here are immune to your damage. See here, all the immune to fire. And in the early game, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. You're just gonna get chased away. You're gonna take forever. Even with a good mercenary, it's gonna take forever. Stay away from Trav if you're a fire sorceress. If you're a combustion sorceress, it's no good. And unfortunately, you can echo the same sort of experience in Chaos Sanctuary. There's just too many fire immunes. It's just too many fire immunes here. These are fire immune. Venom Lords are fire immune. The only thing that's not fire immune are these ghosts. And you can massacre some ghosts, but that's just not gonna cut it. So I'm gonna have a quick TLDR here on the Sorceress before we jump into the next class. The worst of the worst, or the worst of them all, is the Lightning Sorceress. I couldn't farm it consistently in Chaos. Couldn't farm it in Trav at all. It's very slow in Chaos. I do not recommend playing a Lightning Sorceress on the early game. If you do have a if you do have the hots for the Lightning Sorceress, the only place she can farm is probably Arcane Sanctuary. Not something I would recommend. The Fire Sorceress is slightly better. I would still not farm Chaos or Trav, but the Fire Sorceress can actually do decently in the cow level. Particularly if you can stack up a couple of plus skills, and if you have a mercenary that can help you tank and stay alive, that's going to help you a lot too. Which brings me to the Cold Sorceress, the Blizzard Sorceress that we played earlier in this video. It's just by far the best character. Much more control with the slow from cold. It will help you keep the mercenary alive when everything is slowed down. You also have much better control over the cows. You can like funnel them into where you're standing, and they're just walking through the blizzard. I like the Cold Sorceress best of all the 3 Sorceress builds for the early game, although in the late game, all 3 of these builds are definitely viable. I would stay away from Lightning particularly. Small thumbs up to Fire for how they dealt with the cow level, but for me, it's going to be the Blizzard, and that's the conclusion of the Sorceress Guide. So thank you guys for watching the Sorceress Guide. I hope you liked it. If you did, leave me with a comment and a subscribe, and tell me what you want to see in the next video. Until then, take care, and I will see you soon.